I'm Jess Ruderman, the senior reporter at PRWeek, and I'm here with Hannah Waddingham, Emmy Award-winning actress and singer, to talk about her latest edition of her campaign with Pepperidge Farm, which is Have a Little Taste. Hannah, can you walk me through a little bit about how Pepperidge Farm approached you for this campaign and why you were interested to join?
Yeah, the thing that was, hello, by the way, Jess. Hi, hi, hi. Um, the thing that was lovely is that, I'm just about to turn 50. Don't mind saying that, very proud of it. And I think what that brings to you is that you want to do things that you believe in and that you enjoy, and things that feel sincere and heartfelt, and not a push or something that people won't find an honest connection with. So when they approached me, I loved the fact that the campaign's called Have a Little Taste, leaning into my character, I believe, from Ted Lasso, her taste and her elegance. And I just thought it was very clever of them to kind of knock on my door for it. And it's really lovely when you get involved with people that are great fun and fabulous and hugely transparent and encouraging. It's nice that when you actually try their product, you just think, oh my God, thank God, they're really nice. So, yeah, my favorite is 100% the double dark Milano, closely followed by the Chessman. And then we got into doing the hearty white, cheesy toasty. I mean, I could get myself into an awful lot of trouble with those. That's for sure. So it was just nice to do something that was about their kind of baked goods and stuff in general, rather than just one element of their brand. So I liked that as well, and I think it's really important to talk about the fact that that moment when you have time to yourself, or like me, time with my little girl, picking up the cookies or picking up a toasty or whatever, it's not just about the eating of a lovely thing. It's that still moment that you take for yourself. So that's why I wanted to get involved with them, because I just liked all those elements.
Mhm. How else do you typically decide what kind of brands that you work with? Obviously, you like these kinds of cookies and the kind of products that they work with, but are there any other factors that go into involvement of, how you do a campaign or the way in which you present yourself in that campaign?
It always needs to be, like I said, it always needs to be something that I don't think looks like a big stretch to anyone else. I'm very aware, whether it's on stage or on screen or with campaigns, the psychology of an audience, the audience that it's going out to, and what you want to encourage in others, and for it to feel authentic to them as well, that you haven't just shoehorned yourself into something. So that's what made me lean in without a moment's thought. I loved the fact that they got hold of the Coles to direct the commercials, Sophie and Walker. We had a great time and an immediate shorthand. It was such good fun. And yeah, it was just a very natural, obvious, easy pairing.
Hmm. Are there any brands or companies that you wouldn't work with in terms of, when you look at the scope of things so many people do, from sports betting to different kinds of food and beverage? Is there anything that
Yeah.
you would stay
I mean,
from?
there's been a few along the way, but that's what I'm saying about the ones that I do engage with. It always feels like a bit of a no-brainer.
Mhm. And what was the process like of, the big part of this new edition of the campaign is the London Fog Milano, which, for people that
Yeah.
don't know what
Have
London
you
Fog
had one
is,
yet?
I have not had one yet. I'm extremely excited to try it personally. Earl Grey is my favorite kind of tea. And for people that don't know
Me
what a
too.
London Fog is, it's a latte version of a London Fog tea, or excuse me, Earl Grey tea mixed with
Oh,
steamed
great. Yeah.
tea.
Yeah.
So what was that process like? Were you involved in the flavor creation? Is it inspired by your own personal taste? How did that come about?
No, it's not. It's again just a kind of almost like a happy mistake that Earl Grey is without a doubt my favorite tea. And I like the fact that they've gone for such an elegant name. London Fog is just a very cool name. And they're not the flavor isn't overbearing.
Mhm.
They're really, really lovely. And that's what I'm saying about it. It's nice to be able to speak about something and mean it. You'd think that that was a given, but it's not. So it's really lovely, and it's a limited edition. So I quite like that. It's a bit chic.
Mhm. How much did you get to do in terms of involvement with the actual campaign? Do you get to say where it's put, or like, do you like being hands off in a campaign of something like
No,
this?
I just think everyone has their own department.
Okay.
Um, I'm quite old fashioned about the camera, that the director is there for a reason. I don't go and visit the monitor or anything. I'm the same with all the branding, all the flavors they're coming up with. That's their job, and I take care of the other side of it. So I hope everyone thinks we're as happy a partnership as I do.
Hmm. And in terms of have a little taste, you said that you really like the coinage of that phrase, but also in
Yeah,
terms
it's cool.
of Pepperidge Farm approached you because they believe you have good taste. Is that flattering? Is that kind of the reason that you came on board for this?
Yeah, it's really lovely, and I love that they've how much that's been thought about. Um, it's obviously the go on encouraging you to have a moment to yourself, and then the fact that they always try and keep their products. They're not like garishly over flavored or anything, but they're just something that you'll go, now that is a cookie, or now that is a slice of bread that's just perfect for a cheese toasty. My gosh, my problem with cheese toasties has gone through the roof. I don't usually have white bread. This white bread is just, oh my God. No, I don't really have them in general. But when we were shooting the commercial, I was literally like batting people's hands away from them. They're so good. They're like doorstops of just heaven. Oh,
Is cheese toasties a grilled cheese equivalent?
grilled cheese, yes.
Right? Just making sure I understand. I mean, anything with cheese and bread, I imagine, is a good combination.
Yeah,
But
you're in. Yeah. Cheese toasty in England.
do you think cheese toasty over the Milanos, or it depends on the mood
Oh no, it totally depends on the mood and the hour.
and the hour? That's true too.
You could go in for a cheese toasty in the morning or grilled cheese in the morning and then have a couple of cheeky bickies in the evening.
And a lot of
When
people mix
my
the
girl,
savory
my
sweet
daughter's
together.
you know?
Yeah, put a little jam, and now you got a little bit of a savory sweet together too.
Oh God, imagine that with with jam inside it, toasted jam sandwich. Oh,
There you go, Pepperidge Farm, new idea, just free idea off the table right there.
you see why it wasn't? It was a no-brainer of a partnership.
Hmm. All right, I know we have a few minutes left. If you'll indulge me, I have a little bit of a rapid fire round for you, if that's
Yeah,
okay.
let's do it.
All right.
Yeah,
What
I
is
love
the
a wrap.
what is the right way to drink tea? Milk and sugar or honey?
Honey, absolutely not. No, no, no.
Surprised how many Americans drink with honey? They don't put milk in their tea. It's very
Well,
much a
that's
thing.
because you're not natural tea drinkers like us.
This is true.
Yeah.
To be transparent, I have
Tea,
milk in my tea here, just so that's
yeah,
just so
milk
we're clear on the same
and
page.
never ever pre-lactate. Never milking first. Always tea bag, the right temperature water, let it steep, take the bag out, and just the right amount of milk. I thank you.
There you go. You heard it here first. Sweet or savory, just generally.
Both,
Both. All right.
always.
Milano double dark chocolate or the single regular Milanos.
Double dark. And don't try and share a packet with me because, again,
We need to
yeah.
talk about the fact that they only put like 3 or 4 in the little tin things that are within the pack, and that's a serving size.
Yeah, no, I quite like that kind of limits me. Have you had the chessmen?
I have had the chessmen, and those are very good
Right,
too.
the chessmen for me are like they're my daughter's favorite. They're like an old school, beautiful, simple biscuit. You have one, and you're before you know it, you're just like, ah, 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 ah.
Well, on the theme of biscuits, Ted Lasso biscuits or the London Fog Milano?
Definitely. I mean, I know that I'm being really unfaithful to Nelson Road and AFC Richmond, but 100% a London fog.
I know you've spoken out about the biscuits on set before and that they did improve, but just kind of curious where you stood on that. um,
No, they did improve. They did improve a lot, actually, because I complained about them so much. So it'd be kind of rude if they didn't.
you have to eat them the way that this is. Well, if they bring
Yeah, I mean,
if they come back
I was.
reunion, you can do switch in Milanos maybe instead.
No, she's a shortbread girl.
Yeah.
They're like an emotional support animal for her.
Mm-hmm. Just need to taste a little bit more. Add some chocolate into them, and maybe they could be
Yeah,
a little
sugar,
better.
just a lot of sugar and a lot of butter. Lovely.
There you go. What is the ideal time of day for a little treat?
I would say personally, with my daughter, when I've just picked her up from school in the afternoon, like maybe 4 o'clock, nice cup of Earl Grey with it, gorgeous. And I mean, there's got to be two moments. And once she's gone to bed, telly on, plate of biscuits, cup of tea. Lovely. Lovely.
That's the same way I drink tea and cookies with my mom as well. So I feel that
Yeah.
connection with you there.
Yeah, it's cozy. It's really cozy.
And just kind of lastly, you're coming off your Home for Christmas special where you showcased obviously your very talented, lovely singing voice. Would you could ever consider doing a Pepperidge Farm jingle or any jingles of sorts?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see if I'm asked.
Well, if you had to create, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you had to create a jingle around a Milano or any kind of the Pepperidge Farm
I
cookies,
thought you said you didn't want to put me on the spot.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'd just be
Then
curious.
don't put me on the
Okay,
spot.
I won't put you on the spot. Just kind of curious. You have a lovely singing voice, so I have to ask.
Thank you.
And are there any future iterations of this campaign that we should be looking forward to this year? I know you kind of did different
I
ones
don't
last year for
know.
Milanos, but
I
stay
don't
tuned.
know. I've got an extremely hectic year, so I'm glad we've been able to get this time in and sit down and talk about. I mean, how lucky are we to sit down and talk about biscuits and yummy toasties and bread and ooh,
It's a great way to spend a Thursday afternoon. I have absolutely no
isn't
complaints.
it? Isn't it?